What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be talking about the 250k tournament. And again, I'll be talking about the same video. I've made this video 4 years straight about how the tournament is broken, but 2K won't change it. They just won't, because they've had the same broken system 4 years in a row. And because it's been 4 years, I'm not going to say people are learning how to exploit it, but people have figured out, but there are situations where it has, not that it's been exploited intentionally, but the system is completely broken. And I just got to talk about this right now. So, in the background, screw it, let's just play some footage. Let's just have the picture of me 1 hour into the competition where I'm in 10th place, baby. I'm in 10th place. See that, Henry? See that, Henry? For a whole probably 15-20 minutes when people looked at the leaderboard, they saw better than HDB in 10th. And then I went off and faced a French streamer who had wilt and every single card in the game. I looked at his collection. The guy literally, I looked at his stream. He had literally every card in the game. He had Jordan, he had Embiid. He had, who else came out on Friday? Basically, he had everyone that came out on Friday. He had all the lock-in words. He had Larry. Larry didn't even make his team, and that was an unfortunate. We lost by 4 points or something. But obviously, as the tournament went on, but there were so many situations where it was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. Let's just sit on a random screen. But screw it. Let's just show footage of me playing in the background. But the tournament is completely just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And let me explain this right now. How the system works. You get more points for either getting as many games as possible, or you get points for building up the score. Last year, it used to be a case of you need to get quick rage quits. This year, you need to get floods. This year, I actually like the system this year. A quick rage quit and a flood are the same thing. So if you're playing as a bad player and they're staying in the game, and I'm not talking about stalling. If they're just staying in the game and you win by 50, you get enough points that 50-point win is worth waiting through the whole game. It used to be a case where you would rather a first quarter rage. It was all about getting first quarter rage quits. So that actually has changed. The entire system has changed. But it's based on a 4-hour-long point system. Everyone plays. People can play infinite amount of games in the 4 hours. And that's where the big problem is. It's not like, say, FIFA, where you play 20 games. You play 30 games. And it could be so easily fixed. It could genuinely be so easily fixed. This entire tournament. But you need to win 3 games unlimited to enter. But you can play infinite matchups. So literally, this is what the tournament is based on. Getting the easiest matchups possible. And if you are a streamer, hoping you get stream sniped and not stalled. So, we're going to watch what happened in one situation. And also, there's no way to stopping ineligible players playing. It's not like any other tournament. You can see, are the tournament rules here? No, they're here. So you can see all these tournament rules. So you have to be in one of these countries. You have to be over the age of 18. So all of this stuff, all these rules, they don't matter for quals. They actually don't matter. So again, if we're watching right here, I seem to find, is Arto? Is there any of Arto here? So basically, there's this guy named Arto. This is my game against Jackda. I'm actually going to upload this to DBG Live channel. If you guys haven't seen DBG Live channel, go subscribe to there. I'm going to actually upload the gameplay at the game where I lost. Really good game against a really decent opponent. But there were a bunch of weird situations. So some guy Jackda, some guy Arto, he's from Italy. The guy is from Italy, so he can't play. And he knocked out 4 people that were in the top 10. And then stalled Danny. So this is what happened to Danny Riefel, I'm not sure which it is. But what ended up happening to Danny is he's playing against Arto here. He's up by 1. Arto is ineligible to play. Danny at this stage is in second. He had just beaten LW Legacy, who was in third. Second versus third was a game, and Danny was in second. This guy took every one of his timeouts throughout the game. And Arto's really, really good. So Danny's trying to just blow out Arto. He's like trying to do whatever he can. But then what happens? Like Arto takes all his timeouts, does the whole pause thing, just so that Danny can maybe not get into another game. So Danny's just trying to Danny's panicking, gets into another game. But he had 400 people watching his stream. So someone watching the stream matched up with him because he was getting hoed. Someone who was watching the stream matched up with him and let him win 100-0. Through no fault of his own, like. It's not a fault of Danny. Danny was playing the game. He got screwed. Like, that's what I think Splash said it perfectly when you stream it. It's like people are going to either come in and stream snipe you and stall you. And by stalling, they take all their timeouts. They make the game last an hour. Danny was in second place. His game lasted 50 minutes. Like 50 minutes for a 4-minute quarter game because he got stalled by Arto. So basically, what stalling is, they make the game last as long as possible. So he got so this guy Arto, basically, he beat a bunch of like EU guys that were in the top 10. After we had all kind of made an agreement, it's like, look, if you're not eligible, don't ruin it for somebody else. So he got kicked out of the EU MyTEAM group chat. So then he started he stream sniped Danny, who was literally about to qualify. All Danny had to do was like, I think the way it worked out in the last game, if Danny won by 20, he was going to qualify anyway. So considering the fact he won most games by like 30 plus, unless it was a quick rage quit, he was qualifying anyway. He came in second with that 100-point win. The 100-point win just put him in second. But like, Danny had somebody pissed off at him, stream snipe him to try get him to not qualify. And then another person, like Danny didn't ask to be stream sniped and stalled. And then he didn't ask to be stream sniped and let win by 100 either. It just happened. It just happened. But there are so many people, especially people that don't know the whole situation and don't know Danny, that are like complaining, saying he's cheating, he's like publicly cheating. It's like, no, he streamed and he got sniped. It is what it is. And then I seen it happened to Splash as well. Like it happened to Splash. Splash had 3 games in a row where people in his chat matched up with him and let him score as many points as possible. He had 3 games in a row where people did that to him. So like it happens. It happens. Like that's the thing with streaming. Like, are 2K gonna have to put a ban on streaming? Because and if you're Wale, basically Wale ended up losing out on a spot at the very end of the day. And like, I don't even think, no one's complaining about Splash because obviously Splash is known as being the best. But like, Danny's literally the best player outside of the US. So it's like, Danny is another one who probably will. X the snip, he's there in second. Like, he was top 2 the whole week. The whole day. Like, he's another one, he's probably going to qualify again. But if either of those guys get DQ'd one of the weeks, they're never going to be allowed to do it again. They're going to be kicked out of the whole tournament. You've got the best player in the world in Splash and the best player outside of America in Danny. 2 guys that should qualify. But at the same time, if you're Wale, if you're West Seattle made, Wale did nothing wrong. Wale just isn't a streamer and didn't get sniped. But at the same time, if you get sniped and stalled, it's a negative. If you get sniped and someone lets you score 100, it's a positive. But the system is completely broken. The system now, it used to just be, you need to get some quits. You need to get quits as quick as possible. You need to get easy games. And now the system has now turned into a case of, don't get stalled. If you start getting stalled, you don't stand a chance. Because we saw with Danny, if it takes 50 minutes for you to play a game, you can go from being in second place, like Danny was like 100 points behind Splash. He was in second place the whole way, to going into 7th if you get stalled for 1 game. You can be 300 points ahead, but if you get stalled for 1 game, and stalling can take 40 to 50 minutes to end a game, you're done. You're done for. You don't stand a chance. It's over. Like, the system doesn't make sense. And it's so bad that we've been complaining about this for 4 straight years. We've been complaining about it for 4 straight years and 2K won't change anything. You know why they won't change anything? Let's look in the rules. I will gladly cut this part out of the video if I'm wrong, but I've been told this by somebody who was fairly high up in 2K, no longer works there, so thankfully I'm not throwing them under the bus, but that 2K only sponsored this tournament. And that, like, in terms of the tournament that's being outsourced. I don't know what part of the tournament's being outsourced. Some of it is because 2K, in their actual terms and conditions, they only ever refer to Take-Two as the 2K Games the sponsor. It says it right here, what's highlighted. Sponsored by 2K Games. So it seems like 2K just put forward the money and leave it to someone else to run this broken tournament. But you know what? Nothing's ever going to change because 2K have done exactly that. 2K have already, let's say they're putting up 500k. 2K have already made more than $500,000 extra in the last week alone from people buying packs, from people buying extra packs for this tournament. I can guarantee you they've made 2 to 3 million just this week alone. There's a reason why when this 250k comes out, they bring out the most expensive packs in 2K history. They've made multiple millions. Maybe not. Maybe I'm a little bit overestimating because it is dead. The game is completely dead. But like when this comes to January, February for the final qualifiers, you better believe they're going to, especially if they release 300k packs where there's a bunch of pink or dark matters or opals that are going to be game changing. Like you better believe that 2K are making potentially tens of millions extra from those packs. But they're giving away 500k. So for anyone saying, oh, 2K are giving away 250k, that's a lot of money. For a company like 2K, that's like me giving away $1. That's like me saying, you know what, I'm going to give away I'm going to have a run a $1 tournament. It's not. 250k is literally pocket change. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if 2K didn't pay almost that amount of money to bring the NBA players onto their freaking 250k streams to get no views when they're not view botted. Those streams randomly spiking from like 2,000 viewers to 300 viewers to 2,000 to 300. Like, don't say it's the most obviously view botted BS ever, like. And then you've got people that don't even know the names on these streams. Splash is a 2K League player, had 2,000 viewers himself on stream, and they still didn't even know what his name was. The 250k breakdown stream, they didn't know what his name was. They were calling him Flash. They were calling him New Edition or Flash the whole time. Like, come on. It's just mind-boggling. Like, the point system is broken. The point system, you know what? I'm going to say it. They did change the point system. They changed the point system. So it's no longer about getting quits. Getting floods actually does help. And that is one positive. That is one positive change. But now, you can't necessarily stream the game because if you get sniped, like, if you get stream sniped, you don't know what's going to happen. So, like, if I'm streaming the game, like, again, I had 1,500 viewers at times yesterday. So, at any given day, I could have played a whole run of dudes in my chat that let me drop 100 points, and I qualify. Is that my fault? And, like, that's a possibility. Like, I'm not good enough to qualify, but it is now a legitimate possibility that I qualify based on the fact that if I just have people in my chat, like, let's be real, it's me. So people are in my chat are going to completely troll the crap out of me. Like, they're going to snipe me and stall me. But that's now the new thing. That is now the new thing. And then if either of Splash or Danny get DQ'd for simply playing the game, like, all they did was play the game, and they got sniped and ran up a bunch of points against dudes that were refusing to try. Like, all they simply did was play the game. If either of those guys get DQ'd, it has now set a precedent that if you don't like a streamer, you can get them kicked out of 250k by sniping them and just letting them score 100 points. What's the story now? Like, if Danny or Splash get DQ'd, 2K have now basically said, if you get stream sniped and your opponent isn't trying, you have to quit. You lose. You lose, or you're getting DQ'd. If your opponent is not trying and you start scoring the ball, you're going to get kicked out. That's a bad precedent 2K can set. But they can't do anything about it. But for guys like Wale, like, you're obviously pissed. Like, Wale is one of the best players in the world, and he has been for over a year. And he's just sitting there looking, being like, I've done nothing wrong, and I've lost because a streamer got sniped and let him win by 100. And that's true. That's true. But it's not the fault of any of the streamers. It's not the fault of the streamers. It's not the fault of any of the players. It is literally the fault of 2K. And, like, Danny's whole situation summed it up. Danny's going to qualify in second place, and he gets sniped by an ineligible player, someone who's not able to play. First of all, the fact that 2K only check if you're eligible after you qualify is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Why the hell do they only check after you qualify. There should be some sort of a form you fill out to be allowed play. Make this an actual freaking tournament. Let's not make this, because the fact is, it's obviously, they're trying to get everyone to play in this. This is obviously just a money grab. They want as many people to qualify as possible so that people buy packs, because so people that don't know anything about the game are going to buy packs. Simple as, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a money grab. They don't care. 2K don't care about this tournament. And you know what? Like, if you are someone that has a chance of winning, fair enough, care. But I'm telling you right now, unless you are a Splash level player, a Wale level player on this continent, let's be real, Danny's going to compete. Danny has a visa for America. His dad lives there. He's going to fly over to America and play in the US. I'm probably upset a few people because Danny is legit. He played last summer in America, played comp. He is legit. So thankfully, it's not like EU guys going to be delayed non-stop. Like, as you can see here, 1 hour to go. Danny, Splash not even top 10. And this number 10 guy, Cry Arto, asshole. Asshole. That's all I'm going to say. He made it his, he wasn't eligible, and he made it his mission to stream snipe everybody who was about to qualify. And either beat them, and if he couldn't beat them, stall them. And that's the main problem there. You've got guys that should not be allowed play, intentionally ruining people's runs. But at the same time, while you're going to get some people trying to ruin people's runs, you're going to have people trying to say, you know what, I want my favorite streamer to enter, to qualify. And the fact that that is something that can happen. Not that 2K can allow it to happen, because a lot of people are like, how can 2K let this happen? 2K can't stop it. Their system's too broken. If 2K try to do anything about this, you better believe, especially if the European guy, without the massive following, gets DQ'd, and especially if Danny gets DQ'd and Splash doesn't, because neither of them did anything wrong. And Splash said in his stream, it's like, we don't control who we match up with. Like, no, we don't. Again, as someone who this could happen to me, I could get 10 fans in a row. Let me win by 100 points for the 4 hours, and suddenly I qualify in first place. Is it my fault? No. But it's possible. And I'm just talking about this for future reference, because it can happen. It can happen. It's not boosting. It's not, if something's pre-organized, if like it's all being organized in group chats, yeah, you know what, that is boosting. Like, that should be DQ'd. But you can't even tell what's being boosted anymore if you're streaming, because people are just sniping you. Like, I don't know. Are 2K going to have to make a rule that no one can stream this event? And I don't think they will at the same time. Because then you can't stop the group chat boosting. The tournament, you should not be. It's so dumb the way the tournament works. Now this year they found out if you get floods, you're going to have more of a chance. So that's going to be the new thing. Instead of people boosting and giving first quarter rage quits like used to happen, and get as many games in, people are going to be matching up with their friends and letting them win by 100, and suddenly they qualify. Like, if you get 4 100-point wins in the 4 hours, you qualify. Simple as. If you get 4 in the 4 hours, you qualify. So if you just have 4 friends and you match up with those 4 friends, or if I'm on stream and even 4 people in a row just happen to stream snipe me and let me win by 100, I qualify. Can we see how broken this system is? Hypothetical situations. As well as that, Ty Debo's probably qualifying despite finishing 5th. Because there's a dude who was ineligible to qualify. Like, can we just mention this? Like, it's happening non-stop. It is happening non-stop that guys that are ineligible are qualifying. But guys that are ineligible are beating guys that should be qualifying. And I get the attitude being like, oh, if you don't beat everyone, you don't deserve to qualify. Screw that. Like, if you lose to a guy, being ineligible and entering is cheating. It is legitimately cheating. Scoring 100 points against a guy who stream sniped you and just refused to play and let you wide open, that's not cheating. But I'm telling you, if you are ineligible and you are playing this tournament, you are cheating. If you are a 16-year-old and you're playing this tournament and you're sniping, I don't care about, like, no one cares about this tournament. The tournament system's broken. It's proven to be broken. Nobody cares about it. Like, nobody is going to be judged by who qualifies during a broken system. You are cheating. And 2K are gladly just allowing the cheating happen. They're just not going to let you cheat in the actual tournament. Like, none of this ever matters to 2K. There was error codes for the first 20 minutes. No one could get into a game for 20 minutes. Except for, like, Dunk God and a few others. And they didn't even reset it. Some people just had a 20-minute head start on everybody else. A 1-2 game head start. 2K don't care. Like 2K don't care. They don't care at all. They genuinely don't care. And that's the thing. Why would they care? We keep giving them money. And I get it. Like, everyone's always going to complain. Like, again, I'm someone that I say, like, you know what? Like, I still play the game. A lot of people are like, okay, you're constantly complaining about these type of stuff. Why do I still play the game? Look, it's my job. Look, it is my job. But at least I'm doing whatever the hell I can to get people to stop giving money to this company. Guys, if this is your hobby, and you really like spending all the money in the game, don't let me or anyone else tell you. But I'm telling you, if you are sitting here really pissed off about the fact that 2K refused to change it, if you're pissed off the fact that 2K in general refused to change anything unless it directly affects their bottom line, stop giving them money. That's the only way anything's ever going to change. I'm telling you. Like, how do we expect things to change? Like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. We are giving 2K our money every single time. We let them away with this. How do people let them away? With 300k packs, where you can use maths to figure out, and there is a 1 in 400% chance of pulling a pink diamond in anything other than a box topper. There is a 1 in 400 chance. And funnily enough, there is one specific person whose odds were so I'm not going to say who it is, but let's just say they're a logo sign creator, who I calculated the maths odds with a statistician that hit me up in DMs because my math was slightly off. It was slightly off in my video. There is a logo creator who had pack odds that were so unlikely that they make Dreams impossible speedrun seem legit. With how unlikely this guy's odds were for his pack opening, it makes Dreams impossible speedrun seem legit. And we all know what the odds for that were. Lads, I'd stop giving them your money. Stop. I'm just going to say it right now. If you are somebody, not that if you want to make the game better, if you're somebody who's surprised by what's happening in 2K, like you can see here, this is happening to Splash. Is Splash at fault here, right here? He's playing as a dude that's just running up and chucking. Like, the guy went 26-0 and quit. The previous game, I think Splash was like 60-0 and the guy quit. Like, is that... Like, the guy was literally just running up, chucking half courts and chucking heavies. That's not Splash's fault. Just like it wasn't Danny's fault. Your man just... It was just the last game of the day and your man let Danny run up an even bigger score. But, like... I don't know. I'm just ranting at this stage. And like, I'm saying this from the perspective of someone who can't qualify. Because, like, seeing everything on Twitter, like, going down last night... I'm actually upset that I re-downloaded the Twitter app. I need to delete it again. But it's like, Wale obviously got screwed by the system. And then the amount of people I've seen attacking Danny personally, especially over the other side of the pond, and it's just ridiculous. The amount of people that I've seen attacking Danny personally for doing nothing wrong. System's just broken. Like, there's another YouTuber / streamer, like, again, one of the best players in the world. I've said it, I will never say the guy's name. I had to, like, it became so toxic. He ended up receiving some of the worst racist messages I have ever seen. And nobody, like, even people that, like, I don't like, nobody deserves that. This tournament is garbage. And it's getting worse every year because people are figuring out the ins and outs of this tournament. The first year, you know what, was your first year running a tournament 2K. We can accept having you running a tournament badly. But doing it 4 years straight of the same thing. But you know what? We keep doing the same thing. We keep giving 2K our money. We keep spending all of our money on this game. Like, we keep spending millions and millions every single week on packs. And we expect things to change. Simple as, that's not true. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So guys, if you are somebody that was pissed yesterday, just stop buying packs. If you're somebody who's legitimately qualifying, and by that I mean you were in the top 10, there or thereabouts, for the whole day, then do whatever. You have a chance at 250k. If you know you have a legit chance at 250k, this is not for you. But if you are somebody that's at my level of the game, you might fluke a qualification. You might just absolutely fluke a qualification. You can see here, this guy's just leaving Splash open again. Splash did nothing. Splash is doing nothing wrong here. Splash is doing absolutely nothing wrong. His opponent just matched up with him on stream because he was a fan and is shooting these shots. He's doing nothing wrong. But if you are somebody that's at my level or below, and let's be real, 95% of you guys are here, and you are only buying packs to have a competitive team, just stop. Just stop. If you enjoy the game, if you're doing it for a hobby, if you like doing it and you're over the age of 18, who am I to tell you to stop? But if you are buying packs, because I know this is a lot of people's attitude, out of addiction, I know it's hard to pull you out of addiction, or out of FOMO. You're buying packs out of FOMO, being like, oh, I need to have the best team so that I can compete. Please just stop. One, what you're saying is not true. What you're saying is not true. I played against a guy that was probably equally as good as me at the game. He had every single card at the game. I was running Sapphire, Jalen Suggs at point guard. It was a neck and neck game the whole way. He just made better reads. It was nothing to do with the fact he had a better team. He had every card in the game. He was as good at me at the game as I was at the game. It was a neck and neck game, and I was running a Sapphire. So trust me, team doesn't matter that much. Even Splash will tell you, Jalen Suggs is not that much worse than Isaiah Thomas. Like, for the average player. So, you don't need to compete. And if you are someone that's annoyed at what 2K are doing, and you are continuing to buy packs, just know that as long as people continue to do that, 2K can do whatever the hell they want. Because we can't keep doing the same thing and expecting 2K to change as a community. We can't keep accepting the fact that 2K raised the prices of VC every year. That 2K raised the price of buying packs with MT. That 2K have basically rigged odds for certain people, which is very, very evident. Like, I don't want to say who it is, and I don't want to 2K appear to have, because there's like a 1 in a trillion chance pack opening from a logo creator. Legitimate 1 in a trillion chance box. And we just can't expect any different. If we keep sitting here being like, yeah, I'm just going to keep giving the game, but I'm still going to be pissed off. We have the right to be pissed off. Like, if you are giving 2K your money and they're screwing you over, you have the right to be pissed off. But just know that, like, it is actively preventing any sort of change. We keep giving 2K their money. They keep making their billions and billions of dollars. They're 500 million a year off, or is it? Yeah, I think it's 500 million a year off this game mode. I don't know, again, the exact figures, but it's in and around that. And they refuse to change anything. We're all part of the problem. And I'm going to say right now, I'm part of the problem. As much as I'm here ranting, there are 10,000 people that are going to watch this video. And of the 10,000 people that watch this video, 8,000 probably watching this channel aren't spending money on packs anyway, so it makes no difference. 1,000 people are probably addicted to opening packs, and then 1,000 people just are probably new viewers and are coming to this channel being like, why the hell did I click on this video? This guy's complaining, that don't know enough about my team. Simple as. This video is not going to make a difference. It really isn't. But can we stop? Can we stop doing the same thing every year with 2K and expecting them to change? Because it's just not going to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.